Unless you've been living under a rock, you know that last year was an incredible time to buy a house. But what about this year? Prices have gone down a little bit and interest rates have changed, but they have gone down in the last week. We're excited about that. We are going to compare what the numbers look like right now versus last year. So we've got some really exciting math. We're going to compare prices. We're going to compare interest rates, everything. So going to get into it today, Justin. What are we going to talk about first?
Yeah, let's break it down. So in 2021, let's say the average price range was about $500,000.
Yeah.
It was sky high back then. If you remember bidding wars, you remember how much over appraisal you would have to pay.
Oh my goodness.
And you were not doing inspections.
Yeah.
You were waiving all due diligence items. And it was absolutely crazy. But the good news was you were getting a 3% interest rate.
Yes.
Or a rate in the 2s. And that was a super low, nice payment.
Yeah.
But since then, prices have dropped 10%.
Yep.
And so on the screen, as you guys can see here, we've got in 2021 a purchase price of $500,000. Now it's been reduced to 10%.
Now we are at $450,000 in 2022, so that's $50,000 cheaper.
Yep. So that goes in your pocket. You're $50,000 ahead today.
Yes.
Okay. Back in 2021, if you put 20% down, you would have a $100,000 down payment.
Yep. And in 2022, it's $90,000, so $10,000 savings there.
There you go. Not as much down.
Look at me reading these numbers.
Hey,
I'm so proud of
you're doing
myself.
so good. So seller concessions, what that is remember if you make an offer, you want the seller to pay for some of your lending closing costs or other related closing costs. Well, back in 2021,
Yeah.
it was impossible.
Zero. Literally
to
zero.
make that happen. No
Yeah.
sellers were paying for closing costs. So you had to come out with that money out of pocket.
Absolutely.
Versus today,
Yep. So today, they are contributing on average 2%, which is a $9,000 savings.
yep, you want to get 3% out of them, guess what? You totally could do it right
Oh,
now.
absolutely.
So we add up all the savings you guys got, and that's $69,000 in savings.
Woo! Okay, now I'm going to be honest, that surprised me a lot.
Yeah.
Surprised the heck out of me. I couldn't believe it.
And the question I know you guys are going to get to is, well, what about the higher rate? And so
Yep,
we're going to
yep.
break down how many mortgage payments you would have to make with the higher rate to basically break even from the savings that you got by getting the house cheaper. So let's break those down.
All right, so at 3% in 2021, that's where interest rates were at on average, and in 2022, it's 5.950.
Difference
So,
of almost 3%.
yes.
Okay, your loan amounts. Ooh, can't save the good stuff.
Okay, loan amount was on average $400,000 in 2021, and we are at $360,000.
Okay, so that's the difference, obviously,
Yep.
with your down payment money. So the question is, what is your monthly payments?
All right, so we've got $1,686 in
A
2021.
nice low payment, which is what people
Yeah.
were really excited about back then.
Yeah, and right now we've got $2,147, so it is a little bit higher.
Yeah, $460 a month.
Yeah.
And that is a big deal. I know you guys, all of us, we've got budgets, we've got income, all that stuff. And go ahead.
Yeah, so I mean that is a big deal to some people, is having that lower payment. But at the end of the mortgage, it actually is going to be more cost effective for you guys right now in today's market versus last year. So, all right, so the break even point would be after 12.5 years.
Ooh-wee.
Now that's if they didn't refinance, right? That's if you
Yes.
just kept that interest rate right where it's at and they didn't go down. And I mean, I'm almost willing to say with 100% certainty that you guys can quote me, they will go down in the next 12 and a half years. So
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep,
So
absolutely. So if you got those savings of $69,000, and let's say you just had to pay this higher mortgage, let's go 2 years, right? We know
Yeah.
probably in a year you're going to be good, but let's go 2 years just in case.
Yeah.
460 times 24 months worth of payments. Can't do the math in my head that quick, but that's only what? $10,000? $10,000 bucks?
You're better at math than me, but
You
yeah, I'll
still
take your
got
word for it.
$59,000
Yes.
in savings that you guys are taking advantage of. Now, I know what you're
100%.
thinking. You're saying, Justin and Michelle, but what if prices keep going down? Why would I still want to buy today? And that is a legitimate concern
Absolutely.
and a legitimate point.
Yeah, so here is why, because I've had so many people ask that. At some point, and we don't have a crystal ball, we would love to tell you guys when it's going to happen, but at some point they're going to come down enough
Interest rates are going to come down enough.
Yes, the interest
and prices are going to come down enough.
Yes, both of them. That buyers are going to all jump in at once. And that's when you're going to start hearing about it. Like, whoa, the market's taking off again. But it's going to be too late. You could have jumped on that a couple months earlier and gotten a way better deal. And you're going to have competition again. You're going to have to overbid again. And it's going to be like 2021.
And for those of you that don't believe it, think of how many buyers have said, we wanted to buy something, but now interest rates are too high, so we're not going to buy.
Yep.
The amount of people that are sitting on the sidelines waiting is just building and building and building. And when that pops, those people are going to jump back in, and they're going to start to look at these affordability type calculators and say, when is the right time to get in? And I have one more piece of proof for you guys, even if you don't believe what I'm saying about all these buyers sitting on. And that is, last week we had over 10,000 homes for sale on the market.
Yes.
It was staying steady at 10,000, which was no surprise. We agree with that. But then interest rates went from 7.25% down to 6.5%.
Yes.
Some people got locked in at even 5.9, which is the example that we've got here.
Yep.
And guess what inventory did here in the state of Utah?
Went down.
We ate up 700-800 homes just like that.
That is a really, really good indicator that we might hit the bottom of this in the housing market sooner than you guys even think.
It's going to be totally dependent on interest rates.
Yeah.
If rates go back up and keep raising and they do this, we're not there. But our point to you guys is you have to be ready.
Yes.
And if you're going to get locked in at 5.9%, right? Or one day they drop and you can lock in at a 5.5, that might be the weekend that you buy a house.
Yeah.
That might be the one where you guys finally say, hey, look, we're getting this house at a good deal.
Yes.
Our payment is very doable now, and you guys can beat the rush. You can get in the home, and not just financially, right? We know all the benefits of making the home your own, getting the tax write-offs, making all of those things what's great about owning a home with the neighborhood and the kids and everything else. So be ready. Of course, we still have some up and downs to go, but it's getting closer than you think.
Absolutely. Make sure that you guys drop a comment, though. We'd love to hear from you. If you guys do have any questions, if you're thinking about buying and have just kind of been sitting on the sidelines because of interest rates, reach out to us. We will give it to you straight. A couple of weeks ago, we were saying don't buy. Right now, we're saying
it's getting closer.
It's getting closer. And you know what? We're even going to say if it's a good deal, it's time to buy.
Yeah.
If it's a good deal, that's the deal breaker right there.
Absolutely.
So make sure you guys like and subscribe, and we'll talk to you guys later.